Welcome back to my channel Unusual Pora. Today we shall continue with the breakdown of the races featured in the Master of Orion, Conquer the Stars PC game. Today I will cover the Klackons, the insect-like species evolved to form the Hive, a unified consciousness stretching from drone to queen. A small backstory as to what the game is all about. Master of Orion, Conquer the Stars, also called simply Master of Orion, is a science fiction turn-based strategy 4X game. It is the fourth game in the Master of Orion series and a reboot of the series, developed by Argentina-based Nimble Giant Entertainment and published by Wargaming. The game was released on Steam Early Access on February 26, 2016, with a full release planned on Microsoft Windows, OS X, and Linux later in 2016. In Master of Orion, Conquer the Stars, the player leads one of 11 playable races to galactic supremacy through the exploration and colonization of star systems while utilizing diplomacy, conquest, and technological developments. Klackon Society. The Klackon Hive is virtually free of all rebellion and resistance to social order. Klackon are born knowing all they need to know of the world and their place in it. Each individual fulfills a role in society that they were meant to perform without question. The concerns of inferior races are foreign to the Klackon. As a result, they lack the ability to empathize with the plights of others. Deep in the caves of Kolden, the insect-like Klackon evolved to form the Hive, a unified consciousness stretching from drone to queen. As such, the industrious Klackon have no individual needs, no desires, and no ambitions other than the benefit of the Hive itself. This effectively makes them tireless workers and fearless warriors, each and every one willing to give their lives for the Hive. Having nearly exhausted their home planet, the Hive has begun its galactic expansion in search of more resources and room to grow. The Klackon, born into their societal roles, live in perfect harmony. They work for the good of the community rather than serving the desires of the individual. In fact, the Klackon are seemingly born without personal interests, assuming the identity of the Hive from birth. They do not worry about traitors or morale, and as such are one of the few domestically at peace races. Kolden, the home world of the Klackon, is a harsh planet under the gaze of a relentless sun. Most of the edible vegetation from Kolden is encased in a thick shell which must be cracked in order to access the softer flesh. Kolden's viable water reserves are connected in a vast series of interconnected underground caverns, where the Klackon build their elaborate subterranean cities. The early history of the Klackon is mostly unremarkable due to their lack of internal struggle. The Klackon began as mindless insects who were solely motivated by the demands of survival on a harsh planet. Over many millennia, the Klackon became more intelligent and aware, but the Klackon identity remained unchanged. They are still bound by duty, evolution, and tradition. The Klackon have a unification government which is headed by a queen who serves as a galactic representative of the race. The queen's role is to make critical decisions on behalf of the Klackon Hive on the intergalactic stage. The primary intergalactic agenda of the Klackon is to protect the people at any cost. Every citizen, from the queen to the lowest worker, will fall into place and die for the sake of the Hive. The single-minded nature of the Klackon Hive makes them extremely efficient at manufacturing. The Klackon care relatively little about the rest of the galaxy, instead preferring to devote their focus wholly onto the needs of the Hive. They will expand as far as the Hive requires, taking what they need to sustain their impressive empire, by force if necessary. Planet Kolden. Amber sands whip across the face of Kolden, giving the impression of a starkly beautiful but empty wasteland. However, beneath the surface, tunnels buzz and teem with unceasing activity. The insectoid Klackon have built an impressively complex civilization in the cavernous interior of the planet. Kolden spins madly through the universe, boasting incredibly quick solar cycles that suit the hectic and efficient workdays of the Klackon race. Metzli is the largest city on Kolden and hosts the seat of the Queen. Metzli is unique in that, although it is built primarily underground, it also extends above the surface with spiraling towers of sturdy rock. The city is centrally located in the tangle of tunnels that connect the major cities of Kolden. The Queen's Nest is an ancient den that has seen the births and reigns of countless queens. The Klackon are an anomaly in the bustling and expanding universe. Even as they grow and their reach expands, the Klackon remain completely in harmony with one another. Without any hint of domestic unrest or turmoil, the Klackon keep their sights on expansion. To provide for the Hive is the greatest honor, and the interests of the Hive are the interests of every individual. Colden is where the Hive took their first steps together, and now they are ready to take their unified vision to the stars. Clacken Espionage. Devoted to the success of the Hive and unwavering in their loyalty, the Klackon make steadfast spies for the Klackon Empire. Klackon spies are not at risk of betraying the Queen and are biologically compelled to make their secrets known to fellow Klackon. They may lack traits which are conventionally seen as beneficial to espionage efforts, but their relentless loyalty and efficiency make them crucial assets to the success of the Hive on the galactic stage. The Klackon spy program is broken into two basic divisions, the Handlers and the Scouts. Handlers are an aggressive group often found swarming lightly defended outposts, dismantling key locations from beneath the surface, and inciting rebellions with unique pheromone-based warfare. Scouts focus on reconnaissance and surveillance efforts. The key element of Klacken espionage is the element of surprise, especially when paired with their overwhelming numbers. Klackon Ships. Klackon ships follow both a very simplistic, yet complicated designs, seemingly to be based on wild or domesticated insect species that are native to Colden. These very unusual ship designs gives us a glimpse in the way the Klackon hive mind is thinking. Why design our own ships when nature has already provided us with all the blueprints that we'll need? While this may come off as lazy or uncreative to most outside races, you have to be impressed by the drive and will of the Klackon hive mind to make something work. All Klackon ships are a combination of grown and mechanical parts, to the point that they are almost biomechanical in nature. Almost like a giant living organism able to cross the cold vacuum of space and lay down their lives to defend the hive. Many Klackon view these ships not as tools, but as part of the hive. These ships are basically gigantic Klackon with smaller Klackon inside that are acting as both as operators and antibodies protecting against any infection that even dares to enter. Since Klackon ships are based on animals from their home planet, they have the same weaknesses as those same creatures. While the extremely durable organically grown carapace armor is able to shrug off most attacks, there are many parts of the ships that are exposed, making it extremely vulnerable against well-placed attacks. Even the Klackon are aware of this, but instead of covering these weak points with armor, they strengthen those sections with the metallic pistons and highly durable tendons, allowing them to work in perfect unity. Now we will discuss the different types of Klackon vessels. 1. The Klackon Frigate. All Klackon ships are a combination of grown and mechanical parts. The frigate-class ships are the smallest and most exposed of the ships, with the metallic pistons and highly durable tendons working in perfect unity. Bravo model ships have a series of smaller shell segments rather than the Alpha's heavier panels. 2. The Klackon Destroyer. The Destroyer-class ships are devastating agents in the powerful Klackon fleet. Destroyers are quick and lethal in combat, their projecting external components useful in both defense and offense. The alternative designs for the Destroyer are less elegant and more chaotic in appearance. 3. The Klackon Cruiser. Klackon cruisers have a heavily armored shell on the forward hull, making them favorites in highly aggressive head-to-head combat. Grown components of the ship are primarily hidden beneath the sturdy shell, with more mechanical and automated systems located near the rear of the ship. The Bravo designs are even more resilient than the Alpha versions of the cruiser. 4. The Klackon Battleship. The battleships of the Klackon fleet are the first to utilize fully removable and replaceable shell panels. Whereas the smaller ship classes must dock to be healed or repaired, the battleship can grow extra panels in case of emergency. The Bravo model battleship is much more aggressive in appearance. 5. The Klackon Titan. The Klackon Alpha model Titan is fortified with an extremely durable organically grown carapace. The shell covers the entire top of the ship, with most of the mechanical parts exposed on the underbelly of the ship. The Bravo model of the Titan is much more streamlined, with less shell coverage. 6. The Klackon Doomstar. The Klackon Doomstar is an engineering and structural marvel, with grown panels completely encasing the mechanical core of the ship. It is a mighty sight on the battlefield, with many moving towers and panels making the ship seem truly alive. And so concludes the breakdown of the Klackon race for Master of Orion, Conquer the Stars PC game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I may be so bold, may I request that you, dear listener, to click the like button and possibly share the video so the brilliance of this game can be spread far and wide. In my next video I will cover the Mechlar. The Mechlar Combine are an artificial ecosystem of AIs from the planet Mechlon. Until next time, Unusual Pora signing off.